Hello, everyone. Well, we are all stressed and stressed out, for the last couple of years, and we've been talking a lot about yoga, breath work. But today we wanted to bring Qigong. Talking Qigong help us with stress and anxiety. That's the topic of discussion today with Pete. Pete is joining me live from Bali, a place where no stress and anxiety exists, right, Pete? he, he has been practicing acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine, and Qigong for the last couple of decades. So welcome and namaste from, thank you so much.
Thank you, welcome.
All right. Let's just please educate us about Qigong and how it can help all of us in today's day and age.
Yeah, sure. I think Qigong has become a new thing that's come into the world, and more people are practicing Qigong now. More people are getting the understanding of it. And I think it's a great modality. And I think it's been kept in China for a long time. And I think it's come out to the Western world now, and people are grabbing hold of it because there is so many benefits that get from it. So Qigong itself is part of traditional Chinese medicine. It's one of the aspects. We have the acupuncture, and they have the Chinese herbal, and you have the Tuina, which is the Chinese massage. And Qigong therapy, there's two different parts to Qigong. There's the massage, the self-exercise, where you do Qigong exercises that move the energy around your body. And then there's the Qigong healing, where you do hands-off healing and move the energy with your hands. So there's the two aspects to it. But the one we're talking about today is about how people can do exercises and actually help to rectify stress. And we talked about stress and anxiety. I think we were talking about that before the show. So, and it's one of these great modalities that's been kept quiet, and it has a huge effect on people the way, without getting too technical, it gets into the energy of our body. We talk about the energy part of our body, where Chinese medicine deals with the energy of our body. The Western medicine has parts where they deal with the skeletal system and the muscular system, where this is talking about the energetic pathways inside the body. So they have all the medicines around balancing the energy in the body. And they believe if the energy is moving smoothly through all the meridians or through the channels, then if it's doing that, there's no blockage, then everything's going to function in your body properly. Your digestive's going to work properly. Your heart's going to beat with no stress. Your mind's going to think clearly. And so the Qigong is about getting the state where everything in your body works very, very cleanly, very smoothly, without any impedance to it. So I think it's a great model, and I think it's getting more and more popular. But one of the things that we talked about was about the stress, about how it affects stress in the body. Because if we understand where stress comes from, because there's numerous places you can get this from. But we talk mainly about stress from work or stress from lifestyle. The lifestyle is affecting it. And so the Qigong affects the way we live as human beings, and it creates a hormonal or a reaction inside the body. It creates cortisol and all sorts of things that which damages our body and affects our liver. In Chinese medicine, affects our liver. So the Qigong has this ability to calm or sedate the energy of the liver, so it's not firing, it's not creating all this fight and flight going on in the body, and it quiets down. The body starts to relax, and inside the relaxation, the energy moves nice and smoothly through our body, through our mind, through our heart, and it has this really calming effect. But it also, and what it does is it's take the thoughts, the anxiety, the thoughts, or the thing that's triggering this I'm not right, there's something wrong, I'm not happy, I'm not wealthy, I'm not doing well, I'm not successful. It takes this away and brings you back into a place where you're actually content. You're actually sitting there going, I feel good right now. All the stresses of the world just disappear. And in this moment, you have this place of peace and quietness. And I think it's a very beautiful practice to do that. And of course, doing a daily practice or something like that with the Qigong, it has the ability to bring you back into a different space in your life, a different place where you exist so it doesn't have all that otherworldly worry sitting in there. It's a different place to live. So I live in Bali because I'm away from that. I live in a place where I moved here on purpose, so I don't have stress in my life. And I just want to help people find the same place and find that comfort. I don't mean you have to come to Bali, of course, but I just find somewhere where you can just relax in your own home, wherever it is, wherever you live in the world, and just be able to relax and see life through different eyes. Not through eyes through the stress side, but see life in a different way. And that's what I like to help people. And I think Qigong is a beautiful vehicle to help people find that.
So that's fascinating. So talk to us a little bit about the movement part of it, right? Does it also include like yoga, for example? Yoga has postures and breath work, and the breath work is where it helps calm the parasympathetic system. Postures also, when you're doing the restorative yoga. But in qigong, I just want to dig a little bit deeper as to the type of movement. Is there a particular type of movement that helps? Can you expand a little bit, maybe the names of the movement that people can do by themselves at home to help themselves calm themselves at home? Or
Yeah, no, it's great. I hear what you're asking. So in Qigong, there's lots of different Qigong systems, lots of different ones. And there's some really famous ones that millions of people practice around the world. And there are some more obscure ones. But there's lots of different systems, and they all have their own way of moving the qi. They all have medical applications of what the exercise does. They have medical applications of which meridians they're working with. And so when you're doing the exercise, you open up these particular meridians where you might be doing a particular exercise like wave hands over the leg, which is an exercise for the Shu Tai Chi Qigong system. And it's designed for the kidneys and the lungs, and they communicate with each other, the meridians do. So, of course, in the Qigong, of course, you use the breath as well. You use the breath to guide the energy around the body. But so if we understand the breath in Chinese medicine, the breath is, there's two parts to it. There's the part of the breath that goes into your lungs, that goes into the bloodstream, that feeds the cell body, for oxygen's food to the body. And in Chinese medicine, we also take the energy of the oxygen, and the energy goes into a different place. It goes to the lungs itself and then goes to the kidneys. And so we're talking about moving of energy in the body through the meridians, through our minds, through the breath as well at the same time, and understanding how to do that. So you can feel energy moving up and down your arm. When I breathe in and breathe out, I didn't used to when I first started, of course. But now I can feel when I breathe out, I can feel the energy moving down the meridians and going out through my fingers, and I can feel it coming back in, breathing it back inside my body. And my body respires, it breathes in and out. The oxygen in my body increases size and volume and decreases. And I have this a very unique sensation of breathing energy in and out of the body, through the arms, through the legs, through the whole body. And so what these exercises do is allow you to learn how to do that and move with the breath. And as I say, we're guiding the intention of the energy of the breath, not just the breath, but the energy of the breath. So when I breathe in, I breathe energy all the way down to my toes. I breathe energy all into my arms, the extremities. And so I can breathe in and out the whole body as it pulses in and out with that and moves energy up and down the channels. And I do that along with my intention. And I can create a change by changing the exercises. It changes the different meridians it opens and closes. So you go from one set to another set, and they will have the relationships with each other. So different exercises have different relationships with different pathways, and you breathe in up one way and one down the other way, and then you open a different meridian, you breathe up a different meridian and down a different meridian. There's lots of pieces to it. Of course, it's all the organ functions or the organ Qigong systems, where you're breathing into the organ itself, you're breathing into the heart tissue or the heart energy of the body, and to free up all the capacity of the heart. You talk about the pericardium, which is the protector of the heart, and energetically protects it energetically as well. So all of these things, and all these meridians also have their own emotion attached to them, energetic emotion, because the energy of emotion is an energy. And so then it has an effect of changing emotions from, say, if we're talking about the kidneys, the emotion of the kidneys. If it's out of balance, if you don't have a lot of kidney energy, the emotion is fear, you get fearful. And there's a lot of that in the world at the moment. And so what it does is changes the fear inside the body and gives you really strong willpower, where your mind is a lot more stable. You have this idea of where I want to go and what I'm going to do, and you get a lot stronger. So it changes it from I wouldn't call it negative, but from a yin into a yang, if you like to call it. It goes from an energy that's hurting the body to one that's actually fueling the body and making the body healthy. So it has lots of different functions to that.
I think it's fascinating. I know we can't do a small demo. You're sitting over there, but is there anything you can do to show how we can beautifully move our energy? Something that we could do with our face and the hand?
Just sitting here.
Okay, with the ear?
You know, I'm thinking it's got to just sitting here, so it's an extreme place to sit. Okay, we can. So the easiest thing, hold your hands like that. And so for the people watching, just hold your hands like that. So the key to the energy is the more relaxed you are, the more the energy moves. So it's obvious, because if you're tense, the tension stops the energy traveling, stops the blood circulating, stops everything moving. So the more relaxed you are, the more the energy will move by itself. Now, everybody's felt, so if you put your hands together, you can feel heat between your hands. But it's not about the heat we want, it's about the energy we feel. Yeah. So I'm going to do a couple of quick exercises. You put your two thumbs together, yeah, and then you take your thumbs apart, yeah, and then put them together, and then take them apart. Now, if you have a black screen, it depends whether you're on your computer or not, you have a black screen, you'll be able to see the energy traveling between the two thumbs like a little wavy line. Depends whether you've got something dark underneath it, you can see that. Yeah? Now, when you do the little fingers together, and the little fingers apart, and the little finger. So you're joining energy between the little finger and the little finger, and apart, together, and apart. Good. Now do your middle finger, the big one. Do your middle finger together, apart. This is a short version of the exercise. The exercise is a lot longer than this. I'm just doing a very short version of this particular one. There we go. It comes out of Lao-Tzu Showdown, which is a particular meditation system. Now, if you hold your hand now, just move your hands slightly together and pull them apart, you'll be able to feel the energy in your hands. And you'll be able to feel it's like this little cushion that happens. Now, it'll be different for everybody, of course, because everybody's different sensation. And you can feel like there's a little cushion of energy. Because we have a yin surface and another yin surface, and they're pushing together. It's like two magnets. You're trying to push two negative magnets together, and they push each other away. And that's why you get this spongy feeling, because they're actually pushing it away. Yeah? So that's the energy we're working with inside the body. The practice comes, of course, as the sensation comes, or the sensitivity comes with practice. And then you can feel it moving through your body. You can control your heart. You can speed your heart up. You can slow it down. You can change the way you're breathing energetically. You can change the way the meridians all feel and your connection to the earth. But the big one I love is the connection with things outside of yourself. What the Qigong does is allow you to tap into the energy field outside of itself. And we can actually palpably feel that, and you're breathing it in and out. And so you're connected to something bigger than yourself, which is extraordinary. And then I think it takes away the worry about me. It becomes, well, then I'm part of something else, so I'm a bigger thing than that. And then that opens a very different door of our existence as a human being and why we're actually here in this world at all. It just changes everything.
I think it's fascinating, and thank you so much for sharing a small demo on a prompt too, which we were not hoping to do that. So this is a quick 10-minute session that we wanted to bring and introduce Qigong that could be so helpful for alleviating and bringing relief for our anxiety that we are feeling on a day-to-day basis, especially living in a COVID world, right? And all of us cannot move to Bali, unfortunately, like you have. But we have to deal with the stress, and there are tools available, like Pete is suggesting. Anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up today?
No, I think the only thing I would say would be that's happening to the people and my patients and the people that I'm doing courses online at the moment all around the world with people, is that you don't have to be that way. You can change. You don't have to live inside the place of stress and worry. You can actually, there's a way of getting out of that. There's a way of having an experience of your life outside of that world, in a different world where that isn't the most important part. The most important part's about you and your connection. It's not to do with what's going on in the world. And I think Qigong is just a beautiful vehicle to help you experience that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Internalizing your thoughts, internalizing who you are, and using these modalities like Qigong to help yourself, right? Bringing relief to your anxiety, whatever is bothering you. And that's what we are bringing on a daily basis of 10 minutes of holistic health, holistic wellness. So stay tuned, and thank you so much. We are almost at the 200,000 followers with Facebook with all of your help. And we are launching all these workshops. So stay tuned and have a great week. Thank you so much, and namaste. Bye-bye.